Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and Merry Christmas to all of you. Here today on the channel, we're going to be doing a massive pack opening, which I believe I said was Astral Radiance, and then we're going to finish off with Shining Fates. 86 packs of Astral. Ooh, we got the Hoot Hoot with the Sentry. Basic energy attached to your bench Pokemon cannot be discarded by an effect from your opponent's item or support card. Oshawott Bronzor, Rowlet. Got Choi. Each player reveals their hand and then draws 3 cards. Got Hoot Hoot, Evolutionary Tree, Noctowl, which is also still called Hoot Hoot in our Emerald Nuzlocke. Silent Wing does 50 damage for 2 energy. Your opponent reveals their hand. For 3 energy, at 120 damage, you can do Air Slash, discard energy from this Pokemon. And our rare is Miltank. Miracle Body. We've seen that on the channel before. Miracle Body prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attack from a opponent's V Pokemon. And then Route, which is 2 energy for 10 plus. This attack does 10 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. We can do 110 damage. Little loud. Okay, we got the Hisuian Voltorb with the Cheerful Charge. For no energy cost, you can use this attack only if you go second and only during your first turn. Choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon, or for each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a basic energy card, attach it to that Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Then we have 10 damage for Ram for 1 energy. Get the Reverse Hollow Hippopotas, which is 2 energy for 30 damage Mud Slap, and then 4 energy for the Rolling Tackle, 90 damage. And our rare is Regice. Regigate is 1 energy. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. For 3 energy, 100 damage, Blizzard Bind. If the defending Pokemon is a V Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Alright, next. Get the Bergmite with Icicle for 40 damage, 3 energy. Hisuian Growlithe with defensive posture. Flip a coin. If it's heads, during your opponent's next turn, all damage is done to this Pokemon by that attack. And then Bite for 30 damage for 2 energy. We've got the Roxanne. If you can use this card only if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. If each player shuffles their hand into their deck and then draws 6 cards, and your opponent draws 2 cards. Got the did that say 2 cards? Oh, really? So I can make their hands much smaller. Huh. Interesting card. Yeah, the Ursaring. 1 energy for 40 times damage for continuous slap. If you flip a coin until you get tails. Attack does 40 damage for each heads. And we've got 3 energy for 100 damage on strength. Reverse Hollow Koalava. Looking kind of smug. That's smirk. 40 damage for Flare for 2 energy and 20 damage for 1 energy for Tackle. And we got the Mamoswine. I've read on the channel before, but damn, is it still impressive with Blizzard being only 80 damage for 3 energies and 170 damage for Iceberg Press for 4 energy. And it's only a discard of 1. Damn, that's impressive for a basic rare. Hippopotas. Recovered. They got the Piloswine. Stampede does 30 damage for 2 energy, and Blizzard for 3 energy, 50 damage. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. We've got Grant. Grant, during your this turn, your fighting Pokemon attaches 30 more damage. Attacks does 30 more damage. Attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. During your turn, if Grant is in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards except for any Grant from your hand. If you do, put this Grant into your hand. This effect does not count as your support card for this turn. Dang. That's that'd be really good in a fighting deck. I might have to switch up my fighting deck a little bit. Driftbloom is a 110 hit point psychic creature with 1 psychic energy cost for Spooky Balloon, 50 damage. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Ooh. The reverse hollow Heracross. I miss you, Rhino, but not as much as I miss Raider, the thick gator. For 2 damage, 2 energies attached to this Pokemon. It does Horn Attack for 40. 3 energies attached. There's Overhead Throw for 120 damage. This attack does 30 damage to one of your bench Pokemon. And Rapidash Combustion for 1 energy for 30 damage. And Ring of Fire for 2 energies. It costs for the cost of 2 energies is 50 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. During your opponent's next turn, that Pokemon cannot retreat. Dang. Trapping him in there. Stantler Guard Press of 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from their attacks. Scyther with Blinding Scythe, 20 damage for 1 energy. Got the Dark Patch. Attach 1 basic Dark Energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Got the Hippowdon. For 80 damage, 3 energy for Bite, and 4 energies, 180 damage for Sand Breath. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. Earlier, Reverse Hollow Teleportation Burst, 30 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And Miss Magius. Ominous Rose? I don't know. Your opponent reveals their hand. If they have 2 or more cards in their hand, choose all. But 3. Let me start over. They reveal their hand. If they have 4 or more cards in their hand, choose all but 3. And your opponent shuffles those chosen cards back into their deck. 2 energies for Psybeam, 50 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. I don't know why I got confused by that first one. I was thinking, well, why would you say all but 3 when if it's just 1, it would be yeah. Eevee. Presential Evolution. Once during your turn, you play a Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your other Eevee. you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. Zai, I don't know. Pronounce names. Draw cards until you have one more card than your opponent in your hand than your opponent. All right. Reverse Hollow Togekiss with the shine of happiness. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may heal 90 damage from your active Pokemon. Nice. And then for 3 energy, for 120 damage, we got Magical Shot. And our rare is another Rapidash. Pawniard. With the Reckless Charge, this Pokemon does 10 damage to itself for 30 damage at 1 energy. Got Golduck, which is going to be a Aqua Edge for 2 energy, 50 damage, and then Entangled Dive for 3 energies. Discard each player's active Pokemon and all attached cards. You choose a new active Pokemon first. Does that count for getting prize cards that way? I mean, low-key, that is pretty good. Like, all of a sudden your opponent has this, like, massive build going, and you're just like, nah, fam, I'm done with that. Really turns around a match. Quilava, so that Smug Smirk, the unidentified fossil for 60 HP. Pokemon, play this card as if it were a 60 HP basic Pokemon. At any time during your turn, you may discard this. At any time during your turn, you may discard this card from play. This card cannot retreat. So I'm thinking that's how you get your fossil Pokemon out. That must be their basic forms. I'm kind of not exactly familiar with fossils on this game. Vespiquen with a 1-cost Honey Rush for 60 damage. Reveal all reveal any number of Sweet Honey cards from your hand. This attack does 60 damage for each of them revealed this way. And then for 3 cost, Pierce is for 90 damage. Mantine with the Born Ashore for 1 energy. Put a basic Pokemon from either player's discard pile onto that player's bench. Aqua Ring for 3 energy is going to be 100 damage. Kricketune is going to be a new card for us, and Swelling Tune, your grass Pokemon, your leaf Pokemon in play, except for Kricketune, gets 40 HP. Plus 40 HP. You can't apply more than 1 Swelling Tune ability at a time. Flash for 50 damage, 2 energy cost. Super effective glasses. When applied, weakness to damage from the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to is blah blah blah. When applying weakness to damage from the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to, done to your opponent's active Pokemon, apply it as times 3 damage. Off. Reverse Hollow Hisuian Bravery swooping in with a no cost for 30 times damage for Psywave. This attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So swoop of opportunity, basically. Slashing Strike is going to be 3 energy cost for 120 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon cannot use Slashing Strike. And our rare is a Hisuian Lilligant V. With the graceful dance gracefully, draw a card until you have 6 cards in your hand for no cost. 3 energy costs for a Leaf Step doing 130 damage. Very nice. Very, very nice. Got the Poochyena with Gnaw for 10 damage for 1 cost and Sight Intrusion? Yeah, Sight Intrusion. 30 damage for 2 energy costs. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. We got the Trekking Shoe. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into your hand. If you don't, discard that card and draw a card. Got Dark Tricks. Flap is going to be 30 damage for 1 energy cost, 3 energy costs for Razor Wing for 60 damage. Reverse Hollow Ursaring, and our rare is Vespiquen. No new cards. No new cards. Reverse Hollow Hisuian Overquill. Dirty Press for 30 damage. Plus, if you have at least 3 dark energies in play, this attack does 90 more damage. 2 energy costs for Pierce for 70 damage. And Magnezone. Giga Magnet. Only during your turn, you may look up to 6. During your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of Steel Energy cards you find there to your Pokemon any way you like. Shuffle the other cards back into the deck. Power Beam for get that Power Beam for 30 for 120 damage, 3 costs of energy. Holy crap, got a bunch of new cards on the board. Got Drifloon, triple spin times 3, times 10 times the 3 or 4 coin flips. Stacked as 10 damage for each heads for 1 psychic energy. Got the Combi. Got the Honey. Ori. I search your deck for for an item card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle with your deck. Big Bug Bite for 2 energies for 20 damage. Got the Cricketot over for 10 plus. This co flip a coin if it heads, add 20 more damage to it. Got the Hisuian Electro, draw 3 cards. Alright, back at it. Oh, I lost the monitor there. Thank you, Bestie, for the cord idea, as I wouldn't have thought about that. Alright, so we're on to Duat. With 1 energy costing to get 20 plus damage of a coin flip that lands heads, don't ignore damage. Razor Shell. We got the Reverse Hollow Hippowdon. And Full Art Trainer. Island. Flip 2 coins, put the number of each flip 2 coins, put a number of cards up to the number of heads from your discard pile on the top of your deck in any order. Huh. From the top? Oh, from the discard pile. So any card in the discard pile. Huh. That could change the game. It really could. Alright, we're on to Cyndaquil with the 1 energy for charge energy. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. We got the Uxie with the Wise Guidance with 1 energy cost. Search your deck for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Size Shot with 20 damage for 1. We got Switch card. Switch your active basic Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, heal 30 damage to the Pokemon, move to your bench. Got the Reverse Hollow Stantler with the Guard Press for 2 energy, 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this card takes 30 less damage. Sure, I read that already. And Hisuian Samurott V with the 1 energy cost for Basket Crash. Discard up to 2 Pokemon tools from your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. Then 3 Dark Energy for Shadow Slash for 180 damage. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. Man. Hisuian Samurott just looks so freaking nice. Got the Energy Lotto. Got look up to the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal an energy card you find in there, put it into your hand, and shuffle back into your deck. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Get the Feather Ball, search deck for a Pokemon that has no retreat cost, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Reverse Hollow Hisuian Samurott. Wily Stance? Wily Stance. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. During your turn, you may draw 3 cards. Dark Mastery, 60 damage for 3 energy. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Ooh. Ooh. Dang. Absol. Getting that power stance on Absol looking down. Swirling Disaster. This does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Render Cloth for 2 energy cost, 50 damage, plus if your opponent's active Pokemon has a damage counter on it, does 70 more damage. Hoot hoot! Yeah, ma. Got that Heavy Ball. Look at your face down prize cards. You may reveal. Okay, look at your face down card, the prize cards. You may reveal a basic Pokemon you may reveal a basic Pokemon you find there, put it into your hand, and put this Hisuian Heavy Ball in its place face down as a prize card. If there are no basic Pokemon in the put this card in the discard pile, then shuffle your prize cards face down. Huh. Hisuian Decidueye. Ooh, free cost for the times 30 damage for Piercing Claw. This attack does 30 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Now we got Direct Arrow. This attack does 80 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Does not apply weaknesses or resistances on. It's a bench Pokemon you're targeting. Gardenia's Vigor. Another full art trainer. Draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards in this way, attach up to 2 leaf energy cards from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. Dang. Got the Hisuian Basculin. Free cost for Gather the Crew. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench and shuffle your deck. Got that Hisuian Overquill. Fermenting Poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned during your during Pokemon checkup. If your opponent's active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned during Pokemon checkup, put 5 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1. What the hell is checkup? Okay. Hitting for 50 damage to account two energies during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Got Reverse Hollow Scyther with that quick blow. Flip a coin if its heads, do 30 more damage. And Gallade Buddy Catch. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a support card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Swirling Slice. 60 damage for 160 damage for 3 energy. Move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. That is nice. Alright. Got that Leafeon Reverse Hollow Energy Garden. Search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards of different type and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. Leaf Cyclone is 3 energy for 120 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Darkrai V-Star. Dark Pulse for 30 damage, plus this attack does 30 damage for each dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. The Star Abyss ability does, during your turn, you may put up to 2 item cards from your discard pile into your hand. You can't use this more than 1 V-Star power in a game. Still don't understand the V-Star powers. They don't seem that good. Got that Hisuian Quillfish Ram for 10 damage, and for two energies, it's Rolling Tackle for 30. Got Reverse Hollow Ursaluna. We got Petite Hunt, or Pet Hunt, Petite Hunt, I think it's called. Put up to 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. For 3 energies, Bulky Bump for 200 damage. Discard 2 energy cards from this Pokemon. Beedrill, full just a V. Twin Needle does 40 damage with 2 coin flips. For each attack does 40 damage for each heads. Woo! Swarming Sting. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each of your Beedrill V in play. Wow! You can have 4 of those and just dominate. Got the Feather Ball Reverse Hollow. And Hisuian Lilligant. Twister Lutz. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Damage, don't apply weakness or resistance for the bench Pokemon. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Leaf Step does 100 damage for 3 energy. The Reverse Hollow Sheldon. 2 energy for 30 damage for Hardened Headbutt. Flip a coin. If it's heads during your opponent's next turn to prevent all damage from this effect of attacks done to this Pokemon. Nice. And Confront is 100 damage for 3 energy. And our rare is Mighty Anna. Hustle Bark. If your opponent has a Pokemon VMAX in play, this Pokemon attack costs 3 less, which means the wild tackle could be 160 for free, but it does 50 damage to itself. So you're only getting 3 off, or Mighty Anna kills itself. Ooh. Got Camido. Choose a card in your hand and discard the other cards. If you do, draw 4 cards. Don't see the point. Gardevoir Trainer Gallery Shining Arcana. Once during your turn, you may look up to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach them any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Put the other cards back in your hand. Okay. Brainwave does 60 plus for 3 energy. 60 plus. This attack does 30 damage for each. 30 more damage to each for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. And Irida. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and a item card. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. As many packs here, I might get might get the whole set. Vengeful Cut does 30 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each damage counter on all of your benched Pawniard. Slicing Blade for 90 damage, 3 energy cost. Reverse Hollow Thievel Baffling. If your opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining, whenever your opponent plays a support card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your benched Pokemon V. Sharpened Fang does 3 this for 3 energy cause 110 damage. And a Galarian Mr. Rhyme V. I am not a big fan of Mr. Rhyme. I just don't like it. Surprising Hand. Search your deck for 3 item cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Customized Cane. 90 plus damage for 3 energy. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this attack does 90 more damage. A lot of things that remove tools, which I appreciate because stuff like that would be just broken. Trekking Shoes for the Reverse Hollow and Reggie Ice. Say I duck! Spaced Out, flip a coin. If heads, heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. Ram for 20 damage for 2 energy cost. Reverse Hollow! No, not Reverse Hollow. Trainer Gallery Weirdeer. Hurdle Gate. During your turn, you may draw a card. Extra sensory. Plus 40 damage for 2 energy. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent's, this attack does 80 more damage. And Leafeon. Got our back-to-back Weirdeer Trainer Art Gallery. And another Irida. Got the Hisuian Avalog, Massive Ice. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weaknesses and resistances, of course. For 4 energy, 100 plus damage, Mountain Gale. If a stadium is in play, this attack does 120 more damage, then discard the stadium. And Hisuian Overquill. Alright. Got that Radiant Greninja. concealed card. You must discard an energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. 3 energy for Moonlight Shuriken. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Gotta find a way to get more energy on him. I have not seen this one before, but apparently I have it in the set already. But Hisuian Sneasel for 10 damage, 1 energy scratch, 2 energy for 30 damage for Claw Slash. And another Hisuian Overquill. Swinub looking all sorts of happy. Stampede for 2 energy for 20 damage. Icy Wind for 3 energy for 40 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon now is asleep. Alright, we get that reverse hollow Braviary. And Ursaluna. Alright. Cleavor Trader Art Gallery. Humbler Cleave. 2 energy, flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. 2 energy for Berserk Tackle, 20 damage, 120 damage. This Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. Dang! And it is a Thievul. Hey, it's your favorite bestie. First Hollow Rufflet does 30 damage for Claw for 1 energy. Flip a coin. If it's tails, this attack does nothing. Get a useless bird. And Glaceon, Wall of Frost, Frostball. D&D player, so Wall of Frost is the first thing. But Frostball for 1 water energy for 30 damage during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from evolutionary Pokemon. Really? Okay. Wonder if that just counts for 1 turn for the Pokemon like evolved that turn or what. But Ice Blast for 3 energy, 120 damage. Alright, nothing new again. And Magnezone. You already read that one. Roxanne. You already got that one, but it was a reverse hollow if I remember right. So, full art for that one. Alright, and another Rapidash. Trainer Argelli Frostmoth Ice Dance is often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy card from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. One of your benched water Pokemon. 3 for 2 energy cost, Aurora Beam does 30 damage. Machamp VMAX! Holy crap. We got the Revenge Burst Buster, which is 80 damage for 2 energy. If your benched Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 140 more damage. Well, that ain't that hard. Just set up and then switch out. G-Max Chi Strike for 3 energy, 240 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon cannot use G-Max Chi Strike. Wow! I've used one of those actually in a Sword Shield playthrough. It was amazing to use. Like, an absolute powerhouse to the team. Another Leafeon. I'm hoping that I can get another Trainer or Cleavor. I can get a playthrough of Sword or Shield or Scarlet and Violet on the channel at some point here in the next couple months. So, we'll see. Wait and see Turbo. You can use this card only if you go second and only if during your first turn. Search your deck for a basic energy card attached to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Your turn ends. Dang. Rampardos with that Headbutt Bounce for 1 energy for 60 damage, and Jurassic Hammer for 2 energy, 240 damage. If your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in his hand, this attack does nothing. Pay attention to what it has in their hand. Flapple Trainer Art. We got the Apple Drop. During your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you place any damage counters this way, shuffle this card. Shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards into your deck. Acid Spray does 60 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And another Glaceon. Got Sweet Honey. Choose one of your Pokemon and flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, you heal 40 damage from that Pokemon. Dang. Got the reverse Hollow Mamoswine. Hey! Rainbow Rare Silent. We've already read the effects of this card. Flip 2 coins. Put a number of cards to the number of heads from your discard pile onto the top of your deck in any order. Got the Trainer Art Full Art Melody. Attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V. If you do, draw 3 cards. And then Ursaluna. You got the Togetic. Voice of Happiness. When you play this Pokemon from your hand, evolve one of your Pokemon during you evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn. You may heal 30 damage from your active Pokemon. And then our Vespiquen for a rare. Yeah. For our reverse hollow, gonna be speed dive for 20 damage for 1 energy, and Bastiodon. Primal Fortress. Your Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V. Iron Tackle does 180 damage for 3 energy. This attack does 30 damage to itself. We got Mismagius and Luxray V. Let's go. Dang, that's some nice art. For Fang Snipe, does the 2 for 2 energy, does 30 damage. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard a trainer card if you find there. The trainer card you find there. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard a trainer card you find there. Okay, I was reading that right. 3 energy for Radiating Pulse, 120 damage. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Alright, what we got Jubilife Village. Once during each player's turn, that player may shuffle their hand, their deck, and draw 5 new cards. If they do, their turn ends. Really? We got the reverse hollow, Cam Edo, and then a Starmie V. Let's go. We got 2 energy for Swift for 50 damage. This attack damage isn't affected by weakness or resistances, or by any effects your opponent's active Pokemon. Upon your opponent's active Pokemon. Really? So guaranteed 50 damage. Nice. Energy Spiral does 50 times damage for this attack does 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's opponent's Pokemon. Nice. Vespiquen Reverse Hollow and another Rapidash. Reverse Hollow Jubilee Village and another Luxray V. Nice. Ralts, Reverse Hollow Teleportation Burst does 10 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And then Heatran V. Holy man, the magma around it. 30 damage for Heat Burn for 2 energy. This your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Magma Fall, 3 energy cost, 90 plus damage. If you have a stadium in play, it does 90 more damage. Nice. Alright, we got Temple Sinnoh of Sinnoh. All special energy attached to Pokemon, both yours and your opponents, provide 1 energy and have no other effects. That's really like your opponent has like a crap load of like special energy. It just screws them over. That's actually pretty nice to have way of countering. Hot! Not a trainer gallery, but a Zamazenta V. Dauntless Shield prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. 3 energy cost for Assault Tackle, doing 130 damage. Discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Wow! And a golden rare V-Star Hisuian Samurott. Got the Merciless Blade, 110 damage, plus if your opponent's active Pokemon already had any damage counters on it, this attack does 110 more. It only costs 2 dark energy. Wow! Moon Cleave Star. During your turn, you may put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. You cannot use this more than 1 V-Star power in a game. Wow! What a pack! Got that Craniados Ram for 20 damage, Stonehenge for 40 damage, plus a half for heads, it's an additional 40 damage, only costing 1 or 2 fighting energy. Not bad at all. Regieleki Basic Rare, which has our electromagnetic sonar. Put a trainer card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay. Target Bolt does for 3 energy. Does discard 2 energy, electric energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Nice, nice, nice. All right, we got the Trainer Art Gallery Flapple again, and the Hisuian Overquill. Roxanne Reverse Hollow, and another Thievul. Silent, we already got you, and a Leafeon. First Hollow Pillow-Swine, and a Glaceon. We got the Reverse Hollow Bastion, and a Braviary. Can I be heard? Yes, I can be heard. I was been in a panic. This whole time my voice wasn't being recorded. Variety Virizion V with the Valiant Wind. Each of your Pokemon that has a Leaf Energy on it attached recovers all special status conditions and cannot be affected by any special conditions. 3 energy costs for Emerald Blade, 200 damage during your turn. Next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Dang. That's definitely a bencher, and like you hope God you don't have to pull it off the bench. Reverse Holo Hisuian Quillfish. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 10 damage for each heads, no cost for it. And a Mismagius. Hisuian Dewott. That's the regular Dewott with the reverse holo. And our rare is Hisuian Avalog. Bronzong. Heat proof prevents all damage done. All damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from opponent's fire Pokemon. Hammer In is 100 damage for 3 energy. So it basically takes away all weakness from this Pokemon. Seems a little broken. Reverse Holo Drift Bloom. And Gold Rare Temple of Sinnoh. Wow. The golds are just raining for Christmas here. Alright, we got the reverse holo Pawniard. And then we got another Rapidash. Reverse holo Scyther and another Vespiquen. Got a reverse holo Hisuian Lilligant and Keldeo, which has got a holo rare Keldeo, which does Smash Kick for 20 damage or 1 energy and 2 energy cost for 10 plus 20 damage for each damage counter on your bench Pokemon. It's called Lion Force. Got that reverse holo Wait and See Turbo and Regirock. Regigate. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. Giga Impact does 140 damage for 3 energy. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Alright, what do we got? Another reverse holo Dewott and a Machamp V to go with the Machamp VMAX, allowing me to build a deck around this actually. Revenge Buster does 50 plus if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on it, does 50 more damage. And Seismic Toss does 140 damage for 3 energy. I might have to build a deck around that. That would be something. Unidentified Fossil. We got the Radiant Pelucha. Big match. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your Pokemon's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon VMAX. Spiral Kick does 50 damage for 2 energy cost. And a Hisuian Overquill. Got a not a Trainer Art Gallery, but a Galarian Zapdos V. This is going to be a Fighting Instinct. Pokemon's attack cost is 1 less for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. Thunderous Kick does 170 damage. Before doing damage, discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Wow. And a Rangaroo V back order. During your turn, this Pokemon is in the active spot. You may search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon tool cards, reveal them, and then put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Psychic does 30 damage, plus this attack does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, here we go. We got the reverse Hollow Ponyta Flametail for 1 fire energy for 20 damage, and Magnezone Hollow Rare. Got the reverse Hollow Mesprit Mental Shroud. If you have Uxie and Azelf in play, your Pokemon have no weaknesses. Dang. Then Headbutt for 30 damage for 2 energy cost. And a Hisuian Sneasler V. Sneasler V. With Poison Claw, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed for free, no cost at all. For 2 energy cost, Dire Claw does 80 times. This attack does 80 damage for each special condition your opponent's active Pokemon has. So you poison them in the next round, you do 160. Essentially, you're doing 170 damage, right, almost instantly in a turn, total of a turn. We got the reverse Hollow Rapidash and Regice. Got Air Trainer Art Gallery, Bronzong. Got the Metal Transfer. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a Steel Energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. And the Zen Energy, which does 3 energy cost for 70 damage, and Regigigas, Ancient Wisdom. Once during your turn, if you have Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regielectric, and Regidrago in play, you may attach 3 energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. For 5 energy costs, Gigaton Break does 150 damage. Plus, if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon VMAX, it does another 150 damage. It's a Titan killer, essentially. Got the reverse Hollow Temple Sinnoh and a Hisuian Typhlosion Supernatural Orb. You may discard 1 Psychic Energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon burn and confused. Shadow Bind does 90 damage for 2 energy cost. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. Got the reverse Hollow Eevee and Ursaluna. Trainer Art Gallery. Hoot hoot. Just love that artwork. Just love it. We got the base Stand Sentry, which basic energy attached to your your bench Pokemon cannot be discarded by an effective opponent's item or support cards. Hisuian Decidueye V, Mountain Hunter. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. For 3 energy cost, close quarter shooting, 100 damage. This attack damage isn't affected by any effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. Dang! Get the reverse Hollow Rowlet. Jump on does 10 damage. Flip a coin. If it's heads, does 10 more damage. We got the Glaceon again. And we've got another Mightyena. The reverse Hollow Ponyta and another Regice. I don't think I've seen Regidrago or Registeel yet. I could be wrong. Braviary. Reverse Hollow, Deciduous Decidueye, and Cleavor V. Let's go. 40 damage for cut for 1 cost. Axe Slash for 150 damage for 3 cost energy. Discard energy from this Pokemon. If you do, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. I don't know if it's going to survive that hit, though. Another Reverse Hollow Silent and Mamoswine. Got a Trainer Gallery Frostmoth again, and Suian Avalog. Reverse Hollow Togetic, and Origin Form Dialga V. Let's go. Growing up with Diamond, I love Dialga. Really didn't grow up, but more of like my middle school years. The Generation 4 was out, and Dialga was the legendary for Diamond. I had Diamond. I really enjoyed and loved to use Dialga in Diamond version, the original Diamond version. Played up crap loads of hours in that game. I think the final total before I can look at my DS now again. I have it in there. I probably got almost 600-700 hours on that game. It's insane. I just used to play it every day on the bus to school and back from school. My friend Mark, which we bonded over Pokemon. Him trying to play Pokemon, I think Red or Blue, on Game Boy in the dark in the bus, and I had an SP already, and so I gave him my little clip light so he could see what he was doing, and we ended up just bonding over Pokemon that way. But anyways, Metal Coat does for 1 energy cost, attach 2 black metal energy cards from your discard pile into this Pokemon. Temporal Rush does 180 damage for 4 energy cost. We got the Radiant Heatran. Doesn't have any major effects, but Raging Blast does 70 times the damage for 3 energy costs. This attack does 70 damage for each damage encounter on this Pokemon. Dang. Masui and Lilligant. Yeah, you can be one-shotting stuff really fast with that thing. It has 30 damage. There's 3 damage counters on it. It just blows through the competition of 210 damage every turn. We got Reverse Hollow Bergmite and another Thievul. Can't believe we went through 80 packs already. We got the Gapjaw Bog. Gapejaw Bog. Whenever you either player plays a basic Pokemon from their hand to the bench, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Yeah. Leafeon. Just trying to burn the competition away at that point. Dartrix, Reverse Hollow, and Togekiss. And then we've got... I don't even know what to call it. Is it a secret rare? Or is it promo? I don't even know. But it's a Calyrex Rider, Ice Rider, VMAX, which we got 2 energy costs for Ride of the High King, 10 damage plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Ice Lance does, for 2 energy costs, does 10 damage plus. You may discard up to 2 basic energies from this card, from this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 120 more damage for each card you discard in this way. Holy crap. And an Absol. We got the reverse hollow Hoot Hoot and Leevor, which has got Route, which does 10 damage. This attack does 30 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon for 2 energy costs. 3 energy costs, you get Rocky Tackle, which does 150 damage. This attack does 50 damage to itself. And our last pack for Astral Ray, I don't even know. Per Ugly Reverse Hollow, Body Slam does 30 damage. If flip a coin, if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Slashing Claw does 100 damage for 3 energy cost. And we're ending off on a Leafeon. Alright. Time to do 30 packs of Shining Fates. Alright, we've got Shiny Kufant. For 3 energy, it's 60 damage for strength. And Crobat VMAX, let's go. Got 2 energy costs for Stealth Poison, 70 damage. This opponent's active Pokemon is now Poison. Switch this Pokemon, one of your bench Pokemon. Max Air Cutter. Our Max Cutter does 180 damage for 3 energy cost. We've got Shiny Thwacky, Lay of the Land. If your stadium is in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. And you have Branch Poke for 20 damage. And Fione. Ocean Search. During your turn, this Pokemon is in the active spot. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your active spot, you may look up to the top 6 cards in your deck, reveal the Pokemon you find there, and put it into your hand. Shuffle the rest of the other cards back in the deck. Wave Splash for 30 damage for 2 energy cost. Okay. With the reverse hollow Trapinch with Land Pulse does 10 damage. Plus, if the stadium isn't played, does 10 more damage. Morpeko V. Spark does 20 damage for 1 energy cost. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Also does 20 damage to one of your bench Pokemon. Electro Wheel for 3 energy cost does 150 damage. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. If you do so, switch it with one of your bench Pokemon. We got a Dreadnought Reverse Hollow. Exoskeleton does basically reduces the damage taken by 30. Skull Bash does 130 damage for 3 energy cost. And Professor's Research. Discard 7 your hand and draw 7 cards. That's Professor Juniper. You got the Reverse Hollow Snom. Call the family. Search your deck for basic Pokemon and put it into your bench. Then shuffle your deck. Dreadnought. Alrighty, right. And Shiny Corviknight, let's go. Peck does 50 damage for 1 energy cost, 3 energy cost for Iron Wings, does 130 damage. You may discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. If you do, during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage from the attack. Rainbow Rare, Creamy VMAX, Adornment for 1 energy cost. Attach for each of your bench Pokemon. Search your deck for a Psychic Energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. For 2 energy cost, Gmax Whisk does 60 times. Discard any amount of energy from this Pokemon, from your Pokemon. This attack does 60 more damage for each card you discard this way. Huh. Just set it up and set it up and set it up and set it up and set it up. The Reverse Hollow Eldegoss. Enriching Seed. The heal all damage from one of your bench Pokemon. Surprise attack does 50 damage. A coin, if it's tails, this attack does nothing. And we got a trainer, full art trainer, Kakara Lizzie? I am terrible at pronouncing names. Search your deck for 2 rare fossil cards and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Alright, we're gonna go with Reverse Hollow Volcanion. Hammer in does 50 damage for 2 energy cost. Dynamite Steam does 120 damage. Flip 2 coins if its attack does 120 damage for each heads for 4 energy cost. And a Volcanion. Rare. Alrighty, right. Velociflor, Leaf Ridge for 1 energy for 10 damage. Bosses or switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with the active. Shiny's Galarian Zigzagoon Headbutt Tantrum. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto the bench, during your turn, you may put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Surprise attack does 30 damage for 2 energy. Flip a coin. If it's tails, it does nothing. And another Manphy. We've got a shiny Frostmoth, Ice Dance, and as often as you like during your turn, you may attach 1 water energy from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon, water Pokemon. Aurora Beam does 30 damage for 2 energy cost. Celebi ability is Woodland Stroll. Once during your turn, if your Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal the an energy card you find there, and put it on your hand. Shuffle your other cards back in your deck. For 3 energy cost, it's a Leaf Step for 40 damage. Reverse Hallelujah. Tackle does 10 damage for 1 energy cost, 2 energy cost, wing attack for 30. Alcremie V, so we can actually do the Alcremie V Max as well now. You got Sugary Sprinkles. It's healed 30 damage from each of your bench Pokemon. Then we've got, for 3 energy costs, Sweet Splash does 100 damage. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it cannot attack during your opponent's next turn. It sounds like a sweeper. We got the ball guy. Search your deck up for 3 different item cards and with the word ball in it in their name. Reveal them and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. Alright, we got Reverse Hollow Dartrix and another Volcanion. We've got Unique Rare Kyogre with Amazing Surge for a Water Energy cost, a Steel Energy cost, a Electric Energy cost, and a Colorless Energy cost. This attack does 80 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. The cost is a pain to do, though. Rillaboom, Hollow Rare, with Voltage Beat. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 Leaf Energy cards, attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Hammer in does 140 damage for 4 energy cards. Alright, we got another Unique Rare Kyogre and Celebi. Shiny Yampert. I like that. It's a nice little picture of Yampert. Roar. For 1 cost, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one other bench Pokemon. Static Shock does 10 damage for 1 energy cost. And another Celebi. Alright, we got Reverse Hollow Thievel, Call of Goons. Search your deck to up to 3 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench to shuffle your deck. Corner for 3 energy cost, 80 damage. During your opponent's next turn, defending Pokemon cannot retreat. And then another Professor Juniper for the Professor's Research. Alright, we got a shiny Galarian Mr. Rhyme. Shuffle Dance. Once during your turn, you may switch one of your opponent's face down prize cards with a top card of their deck. Cards stay facing down. 3 energy cost for Mad Party. Times 20 times the damage. This card does 20 damage for each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile that have Mad Party attack. I'm curious to know if all the Mr. Rhymes would have that then. Just because it would make it overpowered as heck. Got the Decidueye Reverse Hollow Deep Forest Camo. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from a Pokemon V and GX card. Splitting Arrow does 90 damage for 2 energy costs. This attack does 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then Cinderace V. Woo! Field Runner. If a stadium is in play, this card as Pokemon has no retreat cost. Crimson Legs does 140 damage for 3 energy costs. We got a shiny Indeedee V. Watch Over. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. Psychic attack for 3 energy cost does 10 plus attack does 60 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And then another Volcanion. Another Reverse Hollow Trapinch and another Boss's Order. Might have to get more Shining Fates boxes at some point. Weasel Reverse Hollow with Rain Splash does 20 damage for 1 energy cost. And the Hollow Thievel. Thievel trying to play the Grinch. I've seen him so often this episode. Reverse Hollow Shinx, which is under pressure, does 10 damage plus. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, this does 50 more damage. Nice. Luxray Hollow Rare. Raid does 60 damage. If this Pokemon evolved from Luxio this turn, it does 100 more damage. Headbolt does 120 damage for 2 cost. Okay, we got Shinx Reverse Hollow again, and Evil just trying to play the part of the Grinch who stole Christmas there. The Reverse Hollow Choodle with Tackle and Bite. And Dreadnought. 4 remain. I'm going to say Indeedee with Helping Hand. Search your deck for 1 basic energy. Attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. Psychic does 20 damage plus. This attack does 20 damage more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. 2 energy cost. Crobat VMAX again. Let's go. Got Rusty Shield Reverse Hollow. As long as that's a V, this card attaches, gets 70 more HP. And Decidueye Hollow Rare. Reverse Hollow Yanma. And Celebi. 2 packs remain. What can we pull? Shiny Phalanx V. Holy crap. Ability Iron Defense Formation. All of your Pokemon that have Phalanx in their names take 20 less damage from your opponent's attacks after weaknesses and resistances are applied. And then for 3 energy cost, Giga Impact, 210 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon cannot attack. And Chairman Rose. Attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon VMAX. If attached any energy cards, so I discard your hand. You would be that way, Rose, you would. I hated Chairman Rose. He's a scumbag. We got Valerian Wheezing, neutralizing gas. As long as this Pokemon is in your active spot, your Pokemon in play cannot have no abilities except for new. As long as this Pokemon is in play, is in your inactive spot, your opponent's Pokemon in play have no abilities except for neutralizing gas. For severe poison, for 1 energy cost, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, but 4 damage counters instead of 1 onto Pokemon's 4 damage counters instead of 1 that Pokemon during the Pokemon checkup. And Zarude for 2 energy cost. We got Suctioning Vines, 30 damage, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. Jungle Blast for 3 energy cost for 110 damage. So that is that for those. We're going to get into Unmatch real quick. We got Gengar now? Dark Slumber does 40 damage for 2 energy cost. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep for 3 energy cost. Pain Explosion does 190 damage. Put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon. Dang! The VMAX is Fear Panic. Fear and Panic does 60 times damage. This attack does 60 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon or GX Pokemon in play. Gmax Swallow Up for 3 energy cost. 250 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon cannot attack. It's because he's still devouring their soul. And Avery, draw 3 cards. If you drew any cards this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3. Okay then. And we're going to go into Standard. And we'll run setups. Keep accidentally bumping the cord and it keeps shutting off the tree. Alright, I'm going to take heads. I won the coin flip. I will go first. Got the Indeedee. Okay. Gonna play the Pokestop. Okay. So grab this real quick for Hop. Okay, we can't play him this turn. Put that out there. Okay, Evolutionary Incense. Okay. Okay, what else did I discard? I discarded a Serena and an energy card. We're gonna grab this. And of course, no Fennekin in the top field. I am gonna definitely use Pokekid this next turn to get that. Oh, you got a Togekiss V. The Rock Helmet. Okay, your turn's going really. 2 more energy cards, okay. Pokemon, we got Pikachu, we got Lillipup, and we got that. White Wind does 20 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is evolved Pokemon does 70 more damage. Rocky Helmet does Pokemon. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is an active Pokemon, damage by your opponent's attacks. If your Pokemon That Pokemon is knocked out for 2 damage causing the attacking Pokemon. Okay. We got the Fennekin. It's just... Okay. I'm gonna grab 3 of those. Okay, and then we're gonna go... Okay, so... I'm gonna take Serena this turn, and I'm gonna discard Professor Juniper. And we're gonna take some massive damage, it looks like. Oh, you're taking advantage of the Pokestop too. Nice. I didn't take advantage of it last turn. I don't need to. I don't think. Energy retrieval. You're grabbing your electric energy, yeah. I'm gonna take the White Wind, yep. Alright, so we got... Okay, so we only need the 1 energy on her. Take Serena. And... Yeah, I know I could have discarded. Okay. Oh man, that's right. I need to discard. Okay, that was my bad. That one's on me. Oh hey, Evolutionary Incense. That'll work. Look at what we all have in my active deck. Don't need it. I'll just grab it. Fine. Draw 2 more cards. Need to get rid of another Serena in order to deal with that. Because it's gonna hit like a freight train. Okay. I need to use Pokekid next turn. Yep, expected. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay, so we're gonna go another Fennekin. Put that out there. Put you up there. Put this out there. Don't have anything I can do with that. I'm gonna get this on you. Maybe I get lucky. I've only got 2. All 3 Serenas in the thing. That's fine. It'll end me this turn. That's fine. That's fine. Discard it. I did discard a Delphox. Son of a bitch. That's the risk I run with Pokestop, though. Okay, Hop, you're gonna have to help me. I don't know if he's gonna quit or if he's deciding what to do next. Play. Okay, you're attaching to your Dexterity Speedwing, that's fine. Okay. Got the Serena out already, so that's fine. That's your V. Perfectly fine by me. I'm gonna get poisoned, I guess. That's fine. Of course you're gonna go around with another Rocky Helmet. Okay, so I'm taking 10 damage. Okay. Need some luck here. Okay, I die at this turn. I bring out Fletchinder. I do quick attack. Hopefully, I hit heads. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Or, never mind, I'm screwed regardless. Wow, that's impressive. Okay. Yep, there's the tails. I'm screwed. And Rocky, how I'm taking 100 and something. Yep. Level ball. Because that's gonna help. Gotta find a Raichu to evolve Pikachu into. Raichu doesn't. Oh, Electros. Okay. Experience share. Nice. That's a good play. Yep. Great ball. The delay in the inevitable. Heads. Oh, come on! Player experience share. Does have a good deck. Just a guest player though, really? Another level ball. That's a nice play. Yep, I expected level ball. He's probably, I figure he's going for the Raichu. I'd be surprised if it was anything other than Raichu or Electrode. Another Pikachu. Raichu must have only 100 attack. Yep. This is my only hope. Great. No, I fucked up. Well played. Just end it. I screwed up. It didn't matter. I wasn't taking it out anyways. That was good. Alright. Let's do an airmail call. Probably a good thing I'm recording this a couple days before Christmas because I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be very many people on here on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve even maybe. So got the Garchomp deck. Okay, heads. He's probably going first. Yep. Got that Thunderous. Okay. So if I'm going second, that means I can run with. Got the Yongoose. What reveals their hand? That's a sturdy move. Okay. Throw this energy up here first. Okay. Go with the 5 cards. easier. That didn't help. Looking for one specific Pokemon right now. Well, two, actually. Ah, Timer Ball. Tails and heads. Probably gonna be... called. Oh, nope, get bite. Even have Gibble. To do. Oh, it does 10 damage to itself. Sweet. Okay. Come on, Lily, give me something nice. That wasn't nice. Okay. Another takedown. Match is over. I was kind of hoping he would actually have something to really combat me in this match. Alright. That was anticlimactic. I just had a better hand. But anyways, thank you everybody for watching this Christmas special edition of Pokemon TCGO. As much of issues as I had technically, it actually came out really nice. Got some really good pulls. The gold rares showing up for Christmas. The rainbow rares showing up for Christmas. Evil trying to snatch that Christmas away. But anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Have a happy and safe and wonderful Christmas and any other holiday that you're celebrating at this time of year. But anyways, have a great